I've read a lot of these let's not meet encounters, but I've never actually had one of my own to share until last month. For background, I'm an 18-year-old female in my first semester of college. I've always seemed to get a lot of attention from guys and tend to attract some pretty creepy ones for some reason. Probably because I'm overly nice and have a hard time just telling people to fuck off even when I get bad vibes from them. Anyway, I decided to get Tinder over the summer due to quarantine. All of my classes for college are online, so I'm not able to meet many people. I thought if I got Tinder, I could get to know some people from my university and maybe even go on some dates. I got a lot of matches. Some guys were really nice and cool to talk to. And then, I obviously got some people just wanting to hook up, which I'm not into, but nothing too abnormal. That's what Tinder is mainly for after all. After a few months, I ended up matching with a guy from out of state. We matched because he was in the area for work. He was 8 years older than me, but I didn't mind. First red flag right there. He seemed pretty nice, and he asked for my snap, so I gave it to him. We talked a little, and within a couple days, he became very clingy and obsessive. I have an extremely busy major, and most of my time is taken up from school. Because of this, I am not always on my phone, and cannot answer messages right away. If I didn't answer for an hour or two, he would message me again and again. He said things like, "Why won't you talk to me? Are you seeing someone else? I wouldn't be surprised. You're so beautiful. I need you." I thought this was very strange as I just started talking to him, and we clearly weren't seeing each other. I explained to him that I am very busy with school and it was nothing personal. He said he respected that and we continued talking. Obviously that didn't last very long or I wouldn't be writing this story. He continued to text me constantly, telling me he needed me and asking why I was ignoring him. He started talking about driving 2 hours to see me. I was weirded out, but I assumed that he was just lonely and desperate. I felt bad, so I tried to brush it off and answer when I could because he didn't really do anything too concerning. Stupid, I know. This continued for a few weeks, and I started to get extremely annoyed. I had a bad gut feeling about this guy. He started talking sexual, and I told him I wasn't into that. He apologized and said he would stop. He didn't. No surprise there. So I started ignoring his messages. He apologized and I called him out for it. He continuously apologized and I left him on red. He started Snapchatting me pictures and constantly messaging me, so I unadded him. Then he texted me another apology and said he hoped that he could take me on that date we talked about, even though I never expressed interest in going on a date. I ignored that message too and moved on with my life. About 2 weeks later, I got a message that simply said, "I'm sorry." I ignored that too. He didn't message me after that, and it soon slipped my mind once again. Later that week, I had a dream about him breaking into my house and attempting to kidnap me. I started thinking about it again, so I tried looking him up on Instagram. He didn't have an Instagram, which I didn't think was too weird because I know some people who only use Facebook, so I tried looking him up on there. He didn't have Facebook either. Now that was weird. Most people have one or the other, if not both. I thought it was so strange that this guy didn't have any form of social media besides Snapchat and Tinder. I wondered if he used a fake name. Then, I decided to try one last thing. I searched his name on Google. What I found made my blood run cold. The first thing that came up was an article for his arrest back in January with his mugshot. He was arrested for child pornography. They found several photos of an underage girl on his phone. He was released on bail a few days later. I was absolutely disgusted. This man was a predator and he was free to do as he pleased and prey on younger girls. When I think about it, my guess is that he saw I was 18 and thought he could still get something from a younger girl without getting in trouble because I'm legally an adult. I'm not stupid enough to send any revealing photos or videos. I'm so glad I stopped being so nice and listened to my gut when things progressed. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't. And I wonder if my dream was a sign for me to look into who he was. It still creeps me out that he was so obsessed with me when I didn't talk to him for very long at all. So, to the creepy Tinder dude that preys on underage girls, fuck off and let's not meet. And that's the end of the story. Wow, OP, what a scary encounter. You were really close to being his next victim. You know, the gut feeling we have, we should trust it more often because this instinct we have has helped us survive ever since the first human existed. Though it is not a 100% good tool to judge a person entirely, but most of the time, it can be quite accurate. People often leave a small trail of who they really were. Like, I didn't know if it's a good example, but you know a smoker when you approach one because of a faint smell he had. It's almost like how you feel that this guy you were talking about is weird. And yeah, I agree that people really need to learn how to say no. OP, if you're listening, I am a lot like you. I'm a yes man, and it had got me into trouble that I really didn't like. Knowing when to say no will save you your time, mind, and sometimes your life. And yeah, to my viewers, this story is posted by user amusic2020. If you like this story, do go and show them some support by giving them the upvote. And yeah, OP and anyone that is listening, stay safe, have a great night, and we'll see you again next time. Well, that's it for the story today. Again, please subscribe if you haven't yet. It's just a simple click on my icon near the end of the video or the button right below. Some people might ask, why? My answer is this. 1. It is free. I don't see why not. 2. You get an extra video every day to enjoy even though I'm not your first pick. Isn't that great? Even if you ran out of videos to watch, you still have me, sitting in a jazzy bar, waiting to tell you more interesting stories. 3. It gave me some emotional support to keep making videos, as it does get kinda sad and lonely to keep uploading without any people watching, you know. If you already did, please know that I really appreciate that. Thank you, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great night.